What's going on, guys? Platinum Jangus here. Welcome back to the channel and to episode 9 of my trophy list review series. Just remember, if you are enjoying the content, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let's get on with the video. Welcome back, everyone. Before we get on with the review, probably a little bit of explaining to do, and I hold my hand up and apologise straight away if this is a little bit unbearable for some of you. The review that we're doing today is on a friend of mine, a gentleman called Adam. We've never met, but we've been talking quite a lot because of the trophy community. He's also a big Liverpool fan, so we absolutely accommodate on the channel, and I did say I would do this for him. But here we go then. So yeah, Adam is on PSN Sturzy 1195, and if we look at the About Me, we've got Amy and Elle, which I believe may be his partner and daughter, and then you can see in there the mighty Liverpool FC. Absolutely love to see it. But yeah, we've got to accommodate on the channel, haven't we? Of course. So trophy level, and look at this, it's already looking like Liverpool's trophy cabinet. 429 on the trophy level, 4,939 total trophies, 124 platinums, nice number, 836 golds, 1,189 silver, and we've got 2,790 bronze as well. Looking at the rest of the stats, Adam's played 234 games, completed 125 of those to 100%, which is giving him 59.47% completion rate, which isn't bad. You know, he's certainly completed more than, you know, every other game to 100%, which is good to see. We'd like to maybe try and push that a little higher if we can. We'll certainly look at the games you've been playing, see what you haven't finished, and see if there's any tips we can give as per usual, and see if we can start pushing that up. The unearned trophies is probably a little higher than I'd like to see as well, 4,142, but again we can tie that in with the completion and see what you haven't finished and kind of go from there. 1.04 trophies per day, it's not bad. You get a trophy every day average, it's pretty good. 2,386 views, that is a lot actually. I could be mistaken, but I'm sure that's the most we've seen out of the list that we've reviewed, so it's nice to know that people are checking your list out. Pretty good. So 48,628 in the world and 6,158 in the mighty UK, of course, which is pretty good as well. He's in the green, he's on the up. But yeah, let's take a look at the games. I can probably be a bit more harsh with Adam as well, because we do have a little bit of a joke, so we can maybe be a little bit cheeky with this one and see kind of where we go. So starting with a couple of the usual suspects, 36 fragments of Midnight done twice on both the PS4 and the Vita. A Way Out done, which we know is an excellent co-op game for you guys that haven't played it. Certainly get on that with a friend or significant other, whoever. Just play it, really good. Access Denied is an easy one. Adventure Capitalist. Among Us done twice again. Every profile Among Us is done on both PS4 and PS5. Looks very easy to do. A couple of tennis games. I might need to check these out. I don't know how they differ. I mean, certainly looking at the rarity, they're probably not as hard, but I'm not quite sure how they differ from the Tennis World Tour games, which I'm playing. I don't mind tennis. I quite enjoy it, so I might check this. Might check these out. A few Pac-Man games, not finished. Astro's Playroom, always finished. And like I always say, if you've got a PS5, you absolutely have to have this on your list. It's fantastic. It's a brilliant game. Back to the Future, 9 out of 60 trophies, and that's not recent, so this is going back into 2020. Started it, not carried on with. Relatively easy. It's not as straightforward as some of the Telltale games. There's a little bit more you've got to do. It's not just a case of, you know, just watching it and getting the trophies as every chapter goes by, but it's certainly an easy one to do. Big Rumble Boxing Creed Champions, not played it, can't really comment, but we've got 22.68% rarity. Birthday of Midnight, nice and easy one. Bunny Raiders, also very easy. And Burly Men at Sea. What's crazy about Burly Men at Sea though, although it is very short, you've got to do 12 playthroughs, so it does get a little annoying after a while. Just, I know you end up picking a few different paths and things like that, but for the most part you're playing the same sections just over and over till you get to certain points. But a very easy one if you need something like that to put on the list. Burnout Paradise played twice, way back in 2011. Wow. Way back in 2011 on the PS3, only a few trophies popped, and then Adam's played Burnout Paradise Remastered a little bit more recently, but still a couple of years ago. Only played so much of it. It's really easy to get. The only troublesome trophy is getting the 8 people in the stadium. I don't know how popular the game is now, but with a boost in thread and what have you, you can usually get a good group together to do that one. Do you know what we'll do? Actually, I'm going to see if you've got that one done. Let's have a quick look. Should we have a fly through Burnout and see what's missing? Yeah, so it's just licenses and look at billboards. I mean, these are very, very easy to do. They're not difficult at all. Barrel rolls, discovering every event, every car. Case of just driving 750 miles. Oh, you've actually got the stadium one as well. Fair play, yeah. 7 other players, obviously, and then the 8th being yourself. So you've actually got the one out of the way, which tends to be a bit of a platinum stopper for people who are sort of going into it now, because of the kind of lack of players. But yeah, you could easily get that one polished off. Buzz Quiz Team. I used to love Buzz. It was so much fun. Really, really enjoyed that back in the day when it first came out. And an absolute ton of Call of Duty games. Wow. So you're obviously a fan of COD. I won't touch too much on all of them because there's probably a lot we could say about each individual one, and we'll maybe have a look at the ones that you finished, because I'm interested to see which ones you've done. So yeah, the COD 4 Modern Warfare Remastered, big fan. It's my favourite first-person shooter campaign. For those of you who haven't seen me mention that on other videos, it's kind of what really got me into that particular genre. You've done Vanguard, nice to see, and then another one which I massively respect, which is very, very difficult to do, and that's World at War. It's just crazy. I mean, the sheer number of grenade indicators on screen at any given time is just absolute madness. I mean, there's times where you're having to take cover, avoiding enemy fire, just to take a breath, reload, whatever it may be, and then all of a sudden you end up with this kind of big circle of grenade indicators around your screen, and it makes it very, very difficult. So hats off for doing that one, Adam. I massively respect it. So a couple of easy games coming up. So you've played or dabbled with Crash 1 or 2. Again, I don't know if this is you or someone else's, maybe had a little go on the account, but you started them and not really gone back to. I don't know if it's just, do you need to get good maybe? I don't know, but they are very challenging, the Crash Bandicoot games. They really are. It looks like you've had a good go of Crash Team Racing, or Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled in this case, but still missing a couple of trophies. It is very, very difficult, especially beating some of the later time trials. I haven't got that myself, and would look to go back to it hopefully soon. Cruise Brothers, I don't actually know what that is. There's no guide to be able to tell us difficulty and how long it's taken, but you've done it over just shy of 4 days, and it's a 47.58% rarity, so potentially not too hard. Started Days Gone a couple of years ago, not carried on with it. It's something I would put on a list of games to go back to. I thought it was really, really good. Same with Deadpool. I don't think you can buy the game anymore, but if you still own this, or you know someone who you can get it from, then I would absolutely play this. It's so much fun, absolute barrel of laughs to be had. Nolan North is excellent voice in Deadpool. It's just so much fun. Definitely play that if you get a chance. I know we spoke about this one before in Message, about Death Stranding. I absolutely adore the game, everything about it. I think it's absolutely phenomenal, and Kojima just has worked his magic again. But I also can see the other side of it, where I can kind of understand it's not for everybody. But yeah, if you were to give it another shot, try and get a little bit further, a few kind of chapters in, it really does pick up pace. There's still a lot of walking, but once you get further in, you start to build your network of zip lines and that kind of thing. It does make traversing the world a lot quicker, a lot more seamless, and less boring, I suppose, for those people who don't like just walking about. But it's so immersive, and there's so much to take in, even though you are just walking. I think that's what truly makes it an excellent game, and the story is just bonkers. But what would you expect from Kojima? I'd expect nothing less. Destruction All Stars, 60% of the way through. It doesn't look like you've had a trophy on that since November, so maybe you've stopped on that. I know the lobbies are a bit dead, I think, as well. So maybe you weren't able to get games. Now, I honestly don't know. Got a 1.91% rarity as well. A few dirt games kind of started and left. Yeah, interesting. The Aladdin and Lion King game, 12 hours, 52 minutes. I don't know if you've just done a full session and done it, or if you started it and maybe came back later in the day, whether you played it properly or used a little bit of because there's a way you can kind of cheese it. Respect if you've done it properly, because I loved this game when I was a kid, and that was why I bought it for me and the wife. But I just couldn't get to grips with it. It didn't feel as good as I remember, and I ended up cheesing a little bit of the game for some of the trophies. Be interesting to know which route you'd taken. Dragon Pinball, Drive Club, which we now know is, I believe it's unobtainable. Anyone who's been watching the videos as well, if they're seeing any of these kind of new icons and things, it is an extension I've got for PSN profiles now. And this little exclamation mark here, it kind of lets you know without having to go into the game too much that there are unobtainables. I don't know how accurate it is yet. It's something I'm going to look further into, but as we can see, it's suggesting there's 7 unobtainable trophies. So Drowning done, Ducati 90th anniversary, some Candy Break games, and it was you who told me about these. I didn't know this. I actually steered away from them because I thought they were $6.49 each. I didn't know you could get a bundle of so many of them in one set for a price making them, or where it works out to be £2 something instead. So that might be something I look at if I'm trying to boost those numbers. eFootball done twice, no platinum for that, unfortunately. Some word search games. And then we've got Fallout Guys, wow. It's been a long day and it's still early for me when I started this recording. Fall Guys, that's better. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout done three times. He's done it in North America as well. Interesting, in 37 seconds. So these are obviously auto pops from the original launcher, which I can see you finished that in the 8th of May, which I remember there was a little exploit at that time to get the infallible trophy, maybe. But yeah, there's still a lot of good hard trophies in that game, so respect for doing it. And then I think people deserve the auto pop for the new versions, to be honest, because it is very, very difficult. Fast and Furious games, I've not actually heard of them. 2 out of 10 difficulty, around 3 hours to finish. I like driving games and I like the Fast and the Furious universe. I may need to maybe check that out. A lot of FIFA games. Won't dabble too much on all of them. Again, similar to COD, we'll maybe look at the ones that are finished. FIFA 15 done on the Vita. It's only a 2 out of 10. And I'm certainly not believing that FIFA 15 on the PS4 is a 2 out of 10. 20 hours. If I remember rightly, FIFA 15 was quite a tricky one to do. I mean, look at the rarity anyway. It was quite a tricky one to do because there was a few things you had to do. I believe it was in the pro clubs to unlock certain skills. You had to either score, I think, 2 free kicks or either 10 penalties. But the problem you have is unless you're playing with your mates, you're getting plenty of penalties and they're happy to let you take them all. It's quite tricky to do, and obviously all your other mates want the trophy as well, so you're kind of having to share. And then I believe there's a one for, I think this may be in the normal game mode actually, you've got to score from on the ground, which made it quite awkward. But yeah, that surprises me, they've given it a 2 out of 10. FIFA 19 was hard because of the draft, but FIFA 20 being the rarest and also my rarest platinum as well, although it's a 6 out of 10. The Volta is what made this really, really difficult. So I have massive respect for everyone who's willing to sit through this, because honestly, no joke, I've played hundreds and hundreds of games of Volta just to get the avatar to the required level. And even then it was a bit fiddly. I'd done everything I could in terms of maxing the stats, but still wasn't the right level. And I looked at some guides online and it recommended changing like your body type, height and weight and things, which can then slightly adjust certain stats. Eventually the trophy pop in. It was just a bit awkward and absolutely unnecessary to be in there, in all honesty. But yeah, nice couple of FIFA games in there. I like to see it. First Class Trouble done twice, which is very easy to do. Football game, Gem Smashers, a few easy ones. Ghostbusters and Goosebumps not done. Gran Turismo Sports, yeah, I love Gran Turismo, and it annoys me that there's a couple of trophies left that I need to do, and they've tied them to Formula One records, and they're very, very difficult. They're very, very difficult, very long-winded, and it's not like you can just kind of jump in and out of online races. You've kind of got to wait for these scheduled events, which is just a bit crazy, in all fairness. I don't know if I'll ever do that, and see Adam's left it as well. Grand Theft Auto 3, 4, 5, all left. I don't know if you're not a big fan of the series or just didn't want to put the time in, but they're all great games. It'd be great to see you go back to them. Gravel done, Hitman Go done, which is nice and easy. Yeah, Hustle Kings Infamous First Light's a good game. And you've done so much of that as well. Injustice Gods Among Us, we know, is notoriously difficult. I mean, 9 out of 10 difficulty, 90 hours if you're lucky. Very, very long. It Takes Two, done twice. Jumanji, I love the films, they're really good. I've never even played the games or even had a look at them to see what they're all about, to be fair, but you've done that twice. I don't know if there's a partial auto pop in there, maybe. In fact, you've done it in 2 days, 7 hours, unless you've just sat straight through. Or again, there's like a partial auto pop maybe, and you can fill in the blanks. Jump Force. Jurassic World Evolution really surprised me. I mean, this whole world builder type stuff might not be your sort of game, but I honestly thought, with it being kind of a movie tie-in connected to the films, that it wasn't going to be great, but it was so much deeper than I expected, and I had a lot of fun with this. I will be definitely getting the second one at some point. Just Cause 2 not finished. I haven't played that. I started at the third one, so I can't comment too much there. Lara Croft Go done. Only one Lego game, and that was Jurassic World, so maybe you're not a fan of the Lego stuff. Mafia 2. Oh, Mafia 2 twice, so back on the PS3, and then on the PS4 as well, but again, only partially played, so we're kind of getting this pattern again that we've seen in other lists, where games are just being picked up and then just put down, and as I kind of keep saying, testament to you if you're not enjoying it and you just want to put it away and move on to something else, because a lot of us can't do that. Once it's in there and the trophy's being popped, we're kind of forced almost to sit through the entire thing after, even if it isn't enjoyable. See, Maquette's nice and easy, that could quite easily be cleaned up. Avengers, for all of its problems, I had a bit of fun with it. It's not a difficult platinum, it's just a little bit grindy. The Guardians Telltale game done, and this one surprises me as well, because it's such an enjoyable game for everyone. It's almost another one of those games where when it's on a list, it is generally always finished. Marvel Spider-Man I'm referring to here, and you've only got 14 trophies. I know there's a lot of DLC in there, but 14 out of 74. I don't know if you like Spider-Man or if you're a Marvel fan, really, Adam, but this is nice and easy and a very, very good game. One of the best, Sony exclusives, so I definitely recommend you go in and do that. Memory Lane 1 and 2. Wow, yeah, a lot of unfinished, but we're getting a few platinums on the bounce now. Let's have a look at these then. So yeah, Midnight Deluxe twice, Minecraft, Monopoly Plus done, but no platinum, unfortunately. Monster Jam Crush It, which is a nice and easy game. I had a little bit of fun with that, it's quite cool. And then a few MotoGP games on the bounce, 14, 15, 17 and 18. You've done them all. Obviously, a motorbike fan, or maybe just enjoy the games, how they feel. I've not played them myself, so I can't comment too much, but nice to see you kind of boxing them all off. Mr. Masagi. I've got that one. Shouldn't laugh. Mummy Pinball. What is that? I've got more Motocross GP, some more kind of bike games, but I'm assuming tailored to more the dirt bike stuff rather than the superbike stuff. But you've done those. My Name Is Mio trilogy. Excellent to see. Only one basketball game. partially played, but yeah, they're notoriously difficult as well. I mean, look at that, 0.31%. Crazy. Need for Speed done. It's just a couple of DLC trophies. In fact, I think it's the same percentage as mine, with the same number of trophies missing. So I think we're probably missing the same amount. But you clearly like your racing games. I mean, I'm seeing a lot on here. So to see so many unfinished as well does surprise me. Again, if you own these games still, Adam, I'd certainly recommend jumping back in and trying to finish some of them, some of them off. It'll certainly bring that completion rate up, and of course bring down the unearned trophies. Yeah, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl done on both the PS4 and 5, Nickelodeon Kart Racers, the London 2012 game. Wow, it's going back a little bit, 10 years. And the Olympic Games Tokyo. I remember you posting this, I believe, in the community that we're both in. So yeah, it's only a 2 out of 10. 8 hours, is that all? I might need to look at it. I kind of held off and stopped playing these athletics games because I was just burning through joypads back in the day. I used to play like track and field, and I was pretty good at it, and you would just absolutely annihilate your joypads to the point where the buttons were just not responding. A lot of stuff required a lot of spinning of the analog sticks to the point where you could leave your analog stick to the right and it would just stick there. Yeah, it sort of stopped me from carrying on with them. Operation Tango done, Pac-Man again, but not finished. Yeah, a few more games not done. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart Platinum, but you haven't played the first one. Interesting. I certainly recommend doing that. It's part of the collection if you don't have it on disc or have never bought it before. I don't think it's as good as this one, but very, very good game. Certainly get involved. Resistance 2. Look at these dates. It's crazy because although I've enjoyed trophies since pretty much they started, I didn't get into them until the PS4 properly, and that's where I started a new account, so I don't get to see these older dates. So it is crazy when you look at it, and 2009. Wow, such a long time ago. Well, I loved Resistance. It was Resistance Fall of Man. I think it was one of the first games I got with my PS3, if not the game I got with it. I got MotorStorm, and I think Resistance was the other game. I thought it was pretty good, getting to go around some familiar places in England, which you don't often see in games. So yeah, some more bike games. Ride 2 done. Ride 3 and 4 unfinished. Bustle Rocket League done. A couple of Road Company games done. Very, very nice. And some more break games and head-to-head stuff. Yeah, okay. Sebastian Loeb Rally, so that's not a difficult one as well. I know it says 4 out of 10, but I don't believe it's really that hard at all. I haven't played it, but from what I've heard from a friend, it doesn't seem too bad. But you pop one trophy and kind of left it. He's slide again in 27 seconds, and then Snakeboat again. What a game. Snooker Nation, I know he has just started. So Adam sent me a picture yesterday. When I told him it was his list I was going to be doing in the coming days, he did say he wasn't going to be playing anything else, try and clean it up best he could, but he's obviously given in, started Snooker Nation, so he's made a start on that to his 16 trophies. Hopefully you get that one done soon enough, Adam. Soccer Pinball, 100%. Space Intervention, Platinum 5. I don't even know what that is. Or do I know what that is? There's so many games like that now where, I mean, I don't know if this is the case with this one, but kind of like Space Invaders, that kind of game. There's so many that are like it with similar titles now. I'm just kind of losing track of which one is which. Sports Champions, no idea. Spyro the Dragon, very easy game. Again, this is something you could go back to, and if you've got access to the other 2 games as well, they're really, really fun. It's a nice little series to have on your list. I would recommend going back to those. Battlefront 2, only 2 of 44 trophies. Maybe didn't enjoy it, maybe not a Star Wars fan, but then I see Episode 1 Racer and you've dabbled with Fallen Order. This makes me cry, Adam. You were getting all the good stuff, the You'll Never Walk Alone, all this madness, and then I see some of my favourite stuff here, Star Wars, and you haven't even played it, man. Get on this right now. Jedi Fallen Order is excellent. People have things to say about the map, but again, it's just trying to be authentic to Star Wars with the holo map. But yeah, it is a little bit difficult to see in some Some of the areas it's quite difficult to understand where the collectibles are at times, but yeah, it's a brilliant game, and certainly one that you need to go back to. A few easy games, Super Destronaut, done a couple of times, DX2 and Land Wars. Oh, but you'll do these ones though, Adam. Get back on Jedi Fallen Order. Right, so Super Soccer Blast, Super Soccer Blast America vs Europe. What are these? Super Street the game. Do you know what? Although it looks like it was made with a fiver, it's all right. It's not a bad little racer. The only thing that didn't make sense to me is you would trade paint with another car, barely touch them, and the doors would just open, or the boot flies open, or the trunk. If you're watching on the other side of the world, it just didn't make sense. You would barely touch another car, another object, and the car would just fall apart, and it really didn't make sense to me. But yeah, and never mind. Enough of Super Street. So Swordbreaker, the game on the Vita. Don't know what that is. Tabletop racing, a really fun little game. It says it's a 6 out of 10, but I honestly didn't feel it was that difficult. But to get a 6 out of 10 on your list, maybe go in and get that finished. You've tried Team Sonic Racing, which is a game I'm doing at the moment. Really, really fun. The platinum is quite difficult, as you see. It's an ultra rare, so the game does require you to play it on the hardest difficulty. And I've done it on hard so far, and that was difficult enough because you're relying on your teammates, which is a little bit harsh, really. So quite often, I mean, I just play as Sonic. Why not? He's probably the most balanced or all round, and then with some of the modifications, you can kind of push him towards some of the higher power cars, but still retain the handling and defense, that kind of thing. But I'm winning these races, and then Knuckles and Tails would finish 11th and 12th. So then, if those of you who haven't played it, it's kind of a combined score. So although I'm winning and getting like 15 points, they're only getting a couple. And then the team who've maybe came 4th, 5th and 6th, for example, are still beating me. And you then have to do it all again. And it is quite frustrating that you're relying on the AI. But, what can you do? Terminator Resistance not done. The trivia game not done. The Addams Family, Mansion Mayhem. I know what the Addams Family is, obviously, but I have no knowledge of the game. The Crew, which is a tough one to get. This is my second rarest platinum. It's quite tricky. And what was kind of really frustrating about this game is that I think there's trophies for driving so many miles. I won't jump in too much into this game because I'm conscious of time and things like that, but there are trophies tied to doing certain mileage. Now when the game first came out, the sort of your mileage counter would reset every time you disconnected from the servers. So by the time I'd finished the game, and at this point would normally have amassed the mileage needed for the trophy, or at least not be that far away, it was just starting from the beginning. Then they eventually patched it, and I was left with these trophies left at the very end with nothing else to do because I'd done everything, just driving around in circles. So there is a trophy for driving just on normal road. So there's a racetrack there, like an oval, and I was just flying around it, as fast as I could for a long, long time. And then there's also a trophy tied to, excuse me, there's also a trophy tied to driving on the dirt as well. So this was really frustrating because you're just, again, doing the same thing, and it was really, really frustrating in the end. So we've got, Crew 2, not done, and that's much easier than the first one as well, I would say. We've got The Sims 4, you're 82%. It's very doable with a guide. You could maybe go in and just clean up the ones that you're kind of missing. Town of Light done, Walking Dead done. You've done the Walking Dead Season 2 on the Vita, and then that's maybe why the PS4 version's just been left, because you've experienced the story, but it's quite quick. You could clean that up just to have all these Walking Dead games finished, but it doesn't seem that you've looked at the final season or even a New Frontier, the third one. So we've got Theme Park Simulator done, Tokyo Run done. Yeah, apologies if I'm clearing my throat at this point. For anyone, if this is the first video you've watched, I don't kind of cut these videos, I don't edit them, I prefer it to be natural and just kind of speak my mind, and I feel the truth comes out, as it were, as you're kind of seeing these for the first time and not expecting what to see. But because of that, and I didn't bring a drink with me this time, the throat is going a little bit, and it's very, very hot as well in the UK, so it's awfully dry, awfully warm at the moment. So Tom Clancy games, Touch not done, Tomb Raider. So there's a lot of games here, games that I would recommend, Adam, that you go back to and absolutely try and finish them off. Just kind of using the same advice that I've given a lot of others. Maybe just for every new game you play, and just try and pick up one of these games and get it finished off. So yeah, you've played Uncharted. This is another one that makes me sad. Where's Uncharted? Where's the full series? One of the best series ever made. You've tried the first one. You know, I don't know. Did you not enjoy it? Did you not have time? I'm not sure. Maybe you could tell me. But yeah, they're fantastic games. Something else you definitely need to do. But again, the Candy Break games are finished though. They're all very, very, very easy, those ones. But yeah, you must like your bikes. Is Valentino Rossi the game now? So you must really enjoy your bikes. Watch Dogs games started. You've done the first We Were Here, but We Were Here too, of course. I do know you're playing that with Cameron, whose list I will be doing very shortly as well. So I think you did say you were waiting for him to get that one finished. So hopefully, and we can see that was yesterday. So maybe you will be looking to finish that one soon. That'll be cool. We've got Wheelman, October 2010. Wowza. Some word search games done. WRC 5 done, but then WRC 8 left. Wreckfest done twice. 13, 6 of 40 trophies. And then finishing the list off with a game. And this is me repeating myself again. I keep seeing Zombieland Double Tap. I love the movies, and I keep meaning to check the game out to see what it's like, see what it's all about. And then I keep forgetting. You know, memory like a sieve. But it's been a really, really good list. We'll get back up the top, and we'll maybe have a little look down the right hand side again. So we'll try and bring it up so I'm not in the way. Trophy cabinet, you've put World at War in there. Fair play. It's probably, looking back at this, the best platinum you've got, I would say, unless I'm forgetting about something. I would say that is the most impressive. The rarity doesn't necessarily speak volumes. I don't think it's 6.22% against some other games that are maybe at 6%, but I know it's incredibly difficult. You know, as I mentioned, those grenade indicators can get in the bin. It's just massively insane. So there's Fall Guys, Fair Play, and FIFA 20. So yeah, I kind of respect the three that you've chosen. In all fairness, what else we got? Rarest trophies, yeah, FIFA 20. FIFA 20, it's like mine. It's just all FIFA games. I just have a knack with football, and you know they always end up being the rarest ones. So Ultra Rare's 35. It's not too bad. You know, it's not the highest we've done so far, but it's certainly it's a good amount. I'd like to maybe see some more in there. And speaking of kind of where that would fall amongst others, what I'm thinking of doing as well. So for my next video, which will be, because I'm back at work now for my kind of long session of hours, so I'll probably not be able to post a video now for maybe around 4, maybe 5 days. But my next one will be my monthly review at the start of at the start of the month, start of July, looking back at what's happened over June. But I'm going to try and include a few things because I haven't played that many games. It would be a very short video. So we're going to maybe look at doing not only some Discord shout outs as to what you guys have been playing, what you guys have been finishing, but I'm going to try and maybe look at some kind of a leaderboard format for different stats, just as a bit of fun. You know, nothing too serious, nothing too competitive, but it's just for you guys to have a little look at and see how you stack up against the other lists that have been reviewed. I think I've got some good ideas for it. It'd be pretty good. So I'm going the wrong way now. So let's bring this down. I'll bring it far up enough for you guys to see it. So look at that, 13 years ago, and the first trophy was World at War. So it's nice to see that the trophy that you very first popped, you did get the platinum for it, which is good. I just want to have a little look at some of the milestones and see if there's any big ones. Yeah, 50th platinum, World at War. Absolutely love that. 100th platinum, COD Vanguard. Fair play. And then the latest one was Fall Guys, even though you sweated it. So yeah, that's pretty good. Really liked it. Let's have a look at the stats, because again, we're going to look at when he plays his games, because I'm a nosy Parker, and then we'll look at the average. So he's just fallen inside of the sort of 40 to 60% average that I like to see for the trophies that he's earning. So that's pretty good. I like to see that. And then I will explain again with me being in the way. So we've got Sunday, which is fair play. Most people are off. 912 trophies, and then most trophies. So we've got 731 there. Yeah, between 10 and 11 at night. Happy days. So Sunday, and then late at night. Fair play. But no, I've really enjoyed it. I hope you guys have too. It was a little bit longer. I've done a bit of waffling there. Apologies if I've been too harsh, Adam. But yeah, tips in general. I think you know what I'm going to say. Just have a look at some of these unfinished games. What I generally tend to do is there's a couple of ways you could do it. Is at the moment we've got the list in alphabetical order. So for obvious reasons, when we're doing these reviews, if you've got a series done, we can kind of see them all together, and we can kind of tie the explanation or tips, advice, all that sort of stuff in as one. But more often than not, what I tend to do is actually have my list set in percentage order. So if I'm looking for something to play, I'll just take it all the way to the bottom, see something that's lower down. Fortunately, I don't have any games under 50% now. That's kind of what I've been working on, getting them to that point, and then I'm going to look at trying to finish them off completely. But you could just take some of these games where you've got like one trophy, a couple of trophies, something that you would really enjoy going back to and finishing it off. And the other one that I like to use, and this is something I mentioned in one of my other videos, I should have done it in the last one really, because we had a lot of unfinished games with the last list for Ethan, and I didn't include it, but I will this time as well. So just jumping into the trophy advisor, if you're really not sure what to play, quite often what I do is I'll jump in the advisor, show DLC, so it'll include everything. At least if you've then got access to those DLCs, you can see, and it'll just put them in in order of the most common unearned trophy available to you, going down to the most rare, and you can have a look at this and maybe pick something out that way. And what would be nice to see is you could maybe work on this percentage. You could set yourself some little goals. So as you can see, the most common is 93.11% from Death Stranding. You could maybe put something in mind and think, okay, so for the next month, and by August the 1st, let's say, you could say, I don't know, I want to get this to 80%, and then just kind of go through and what you could, it's just another way of doing it. I mean, you might not want to, that might be absolute nonsense in your eyes, I don't know, but it is just another way that you can, if you're struggling for what to play, picking it up this way and just kind of working your way, down the list. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. As I say, I hope you guys have as well. It's been great for me to have a look through at I was going to say fellow Scouser, but we're not. I live in the north, and I'm not an armchair fan. I have been to Anfield before. Anyone wants to drop that in the comments. I've been a couple of times. It's just very difficult. When you're the only Liverpool fan in your social group, it's going to be hard to go on my own, and it's very expensive, let's face it. But yeah, it's been nice to do the list for Adam. I've really, really enjoyed it. If you guys have as well, please like, comment, subscribe as well. It is showing me that a lot of you guys are watching the videos and are currently not subscribed. It'd be really good, and it does help me out, an absolute ton as well. But yeah, all the links, all the good stuff will be down there. Come and join the Discord if you want to have a chat with some like-minded people. It's it's really, really picking up. I know I say this on every video, but then it picks up again and it picks up again, and there's so many great conversations. We've got some really good people in there, some good chats, a lot of encouragement, kind of pushing people to do more with the trophies. But yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's been really good. I'm looking forward to the next. The next one will be the 10th one, which is crazy that it's there, already. We'll do the monthly review first, ready for around July the 1st, and then we'll be back to the trophy list, review series. But yeah, I'm waffling now way too much. We need to really fix this outro, don't we? But yeah, whatever you're doing, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.